Joshua 2000 here, and today we are hopefully going to be recording a reaction to the Star Wars Rebels Season 3 trailer. Okay, so Kanan's blind.
I will never let my friends get hurt again.
The Holocron. I'm afraid it's changing.
Okay.
What if there are secrets we can learn from it that'll help us destroy the Sith?
Ezra, the secrets in that thing almost destroyed you.
There are Imperial cadets at the Sky Strike Academy who wish to defect to the Rebels.
This is TIE SS-25. You can call me Wedge.
Wedge!
Welcome to the rebellion.
Wedge!
Don't have
What
we're
if
here to
Luke's
break
friends
this
from
guy
the
out of prison.
original?
My friends, my friends!
The usual suspect, I swear to God.
Reclam Station.
I'm sorry, that guy is so
They
overused.
would be key to building a strike fleet.
Let's go get him.
Everybody ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
Okay, so
Glorious day in the Grand Army of the Republic.
we've got clones versus droids.
Flying stormtroopers?
Worse, Mandalorians who serve the Empire. You haven't forgotten our ways. That has earned my respect.
And Dark Troopers.
So what's in it for you two?
Riches untold, that sort of thing.
So, we'll split the treasure.
Split the treasure. Oh, that's a classic.
Okay, this is the bit I'm interested
price.
in.
These rebels
They
have
said
proven
there was
particularly
a
stubborn.
Legends Imperial
How do you
character being
intend to
brought
solve
in.
this problem?
Fingers crossed, it's who
I
I
need
hope it is.
someone who sees a bigger picture.
The Empire is getting better at anticipating our moves.
Tactics, okay.
Underestimated the commander. Previous
I think
attacks
that's
were
my,
clumsy.
the character I'm hoping for.
This one was swift, precise.
To defeat an enemy, you must know them.
Oh,
Not simply
they
their battle
didn't.
tactics,
They
but
didn't.
their history,
Oh
philosophy,
my.
art.
But that doesn't tie in
Grand Admiral
because
Thrawn.
if I remember right, Grand Admiral Thrawn wasn't a Grand Admiral until after, like, towards the end of the Empire. So how does that fit in?
The light and the dark.
Oh, what's
I'm the
that?
one in the middle. The Bendu. Once a secret is known, it cannot be unknown.
Okay.
Your anger gives you strength.
Sounds like Dark
I will
Trail.
pull the
That
rebels
does.
apart piece by piece.
I must become more powerful.
They'll be the architects of their own destruction.
Ezra, turn away before it's too late!
Okay, alright then. Now let's zoom this back out here and let's talk. Okay, timing from here, like, so first thing I'm gonna say is we see Kanan's new design here. Like the beard, markings on the mask of a, I think these are Mandalorian. Reminiscent of, hang on, where's Rex? There was a shot here with Rex with his helmet on. It's very reminiscent to, hang on, if I can just find that shot. It's very reminiscent to these markings on Rex's helmet. And also, secondly, we've got clones versus droids here, from what it looks like. So far, as you can see, we got clones versus droids, or a clone versus droids. This has been. That'll be interesting to see how the clones do. Ezra's new design. I want a shot of Ezra's new design. Here, hang on. Oh, this bit I wanna. Hang on, where are you? This bit I wanna talk about. Phase 3 Dark Troopers. Rumored these guys would be coming up in Rogue One, but I think they beat us to the punch there. Another thing I want to say. Sabine's design has changed. Hang on, just let me get another picture of like one with the helmet. Like, well, not the armor, but like the colors and everything has changed. And yeah, like the colours on her uniforms changed, which I think I prefer the original design, well, colour-wise. Anyway, here we see Mandalorians with Imperial like markings. Jet troopers. Little neat way of explaining jet troopers. Yeah, Ezra's new design. DL-44 there. Besides, I did watch another another clip. He's got a DL-44 standard green lightsaber. I'm so glad they're getting rid of these trashy Swiss Army sabers, like the flipping Inquisitor sabers and the Blaster saber. I hated those. I'm one of the types of people that despise these so-called Swiss Army sabers that have multiple purpose other than being a lightsaber. And to be honest, to a degree, I was skeptical about Kylo Ren's crossguard. The crossguard, I was thinking I was gonna hate it when I first saw it, but in the film it was alright. It had some practical uses. We get another cameo from Grand Moff Tarkin, or apparently Grand Moff Tarkin. I knew right from this, where is it? I knew right from this shot here, it wasn't going to be who I was hoping for them to add in, which is, you know, I heard they were going to add in a Legends character to do with the Empire, but I'm so glad they're starting to bring in some proper villains, not just faceless Inquisitors. I'm so glad they're bringing in proper villains. I mean, like, you know, Grand Admiral Thrawn. I mean, we had Darth Vader for a couple of episodes. To be honest, I'd rather see another character in place of Vader. And if you watch the other two videos I've done on these topics, if you see the other video I've done regarding Rebels, you will see kind of like who I was hoping to come up in this trailer, or a set of characters I was hoping to come up in this trailer when I heard about a new Imperial member. You know, so I'm glad they're starting to bring back some good villains. And also, there was a lot of people asking for Grand Admiral Thrawn, so if you're one of those people asking for Thrawn, I'm happy that you got your wish. Like, you know, hopefully we can all get our wish for characters we want in. I mean, like, you know, if we all got our wish, it'd start getting a little bit crowded though, but then they'd have excuses to start bringing in another Jedi like Grand Admiral Thrawn, like Kyle-Katarn and stuff. I mean, like, you know, I know Kyle-Katarn would be the wrong era, but, you know, if Grand Admiral Thrawn can be in Rebels, I think they can get Katarn in here, because I don't think, unless my memory's not serving me correctly, which I'm pretty sure it is, I thought Grand Admiral Thrawn was like towards the end of the Empire, like episode 5, like, and later on. I thought that was what Grand Admiral Thrawn was. But you know, I thought that was his time period. Another thing I want to mention, the holocrons, the emerging holocrons here. Jedi and Sith holocron. People say, I've heard some people speculate on the internet this would end in disaster. But to be honest, I'm not sure. I personally think you'd have the two holocrons would either like disable each other, or like, because holocrons basically, if you don't know what they are, if you're new to Star Wars, what these are devices used by both Sith and Jedi, opposing factions, which hold teachings, like kind of like little recordings of teachings. So let's say I was a Sith student. I would get a Sith holocron, as Darth Maul's holding here, and I would sit down with it. I'd open it up when my master's not teaching me. I'd open it up and I'd be like, I'd listen to it, and it would be like, you know, give me pointers, like, you know, in order for you to succeed in combat, you need to do this and this, or instead of using this, try this, or like, you know, in order to master a certain technique, you need to do this. Whereas, and also stuff to do with religion, philosophy, and other information is kept in these. So just like stuff to do with the Order, history records, and things. Like, there was stuff in the Mandalorian Wars about like these used to keep accounts from troops and things, I think, if I remember correctly. Not exactly sure. The Bendu. The concept of the Bendu. This creature, the Bendu. The name Bendu, I think, goes back to the original draft of the script where the Jedi Knights were going to be called the Jedi Bendu. Name George Lucas came up with them, and I kind of like they're using old names. Lucas has always done that, like Starkiller, who's my favourite Sith, or one of my favourite Sith anyway. He's one of my favourite Sith. His Darth name, Starkiller, was originally going to be Luke Skywalker's last name, but it got disregarded because they thought it sounded too evil, which, you know, to be honest it did, hence why it made a good Darth name, later on down the line. Well, I say Darth name, but, you know, codename Darth name, whatever. I call it a Darth name because it's a Sith. You know, so that's basically, you know, you learn these. They use these little snippets, bits of information, and the name R2-D2 actually came off a film reel, a test footage film reel name. So, like, you know, basically, they use little snippets here and there, which is fair play. If you don't use something, you might as well use it for something else, right? And another thing about Grand Admiral Thrawn, Grand Admiral Thrawn has brought General Grievous's mask, and he's always had that in display, because Grand Admiral Thrawn has a great admiration for art and history and culture. He, as he says there, he says, you know, if you were to defeat your enemy, you need to know them. Art, culture, history, philosophy. Like, you know, though he's a very principle-based character, which I can see why people like him. He's not just a straight-up admiral of the Empire. He has a personality. His aesthetic is extremely unique, especially for an admiral. Like, he's got, you know, white clothing and everything. Next thing I want to talk about quickly here, we have Sabine holding a Darksaber, or the Darksaber. Sabine is a Mandalorian warrior. Knights, Clan Vizsla and House of Ren, not to be confused with the Knights of Ren from Force Awakens. This is a Mandalorian thing, one's a Sith spring-off cult type thing. A Darksaber is basically a sword or early concept lightsaber that was stolen from the Jedi Temple in the days of the Old Republic, the Mandalorian War, you know, that kind of time period, which is all Legends now, but, you know, actually no, it was mentioned in the Clone Wars, so actually it wouldn't be Legends, that's actually continuity. And basically it's got a rare black crystal in it that ignites with a unique pattern like this, with black on the inside and white on the outside, which is unique for most lightsabers. And, like, you know, it's good to see this sword again. I always liked the way this sword behaved, because it behaved more like a sword than a standard lightsaber. I did like the way this weapon behaved, and I'd hopefully like to see it fall into the hands of Boba Fett. No, don't butcher me for the way I said his name. Sometimes it depends who I speak to. Sometimes I say Boba. Sometimes I say Boba or Boba. Boba. I think you're supposed to say Boba. But it's just, you know, whatever. Pronunciations of that name is all over the place. And yes, I'm using Chrome because my Internet Explorer was being stupid when it came to YouTube earlier. So, you know, this last shot here where Kanan says, turn away before it's too late, that implies to me that it is going to have a negative outcome, though, with the bonding of the two crystals. Like, you know, when Kanan says, like, you know, turn away before it's too late. And also the Bendu says here, once a secret is known, it cannot be unknown. Which, you know, again, kind of implies some negative connotations. But, you know, maybe it could have some positives, you know, maybe the Bendu lied to Kanan. So, you know, we'll find out. I nearly said Coda then. Ugh. 2 blind Jedi. Yeah, I know. Hey, all they need now is the blind Ezra and we can have the 3 blind Jedi, as opposed to the 3 blind mice. Sorry. So, I've been dealing with a really horrible cough for like weeks now. Hence why I haven't uploaded or done any commentary based stuff. But I saw this and I wanted to get something out on it, because I haven't seen the trailer yet. I've heard about it, and I was kind of hoping for Starkiller when they said they were going to introduce an EU Imperial character. But then again, they would have said an EU Sith. No, a Legends Sith, if they were going to do that. Not, but, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. Hopefully we'll start getting some of the other legacy characters back. And this shows that Disney are listening. When we say to people, we want this character back, we want her back, we want him back, we want so and so back, we want a species back, we want this aspect of a story back, and they put it in, it shows they're listening. But also, I feel like I don't want them to use it as a cop-out. I don't want them to take The Force Unleashed and retell it with other characters, as opposed to say, oh, it's a new story. Like, I don't want them to start doing that. As long as they bring back old characters, have them in new stories, and be like, you know, okay, that is now canon because this character's back, but also he did this, or she did this as well. Did you not know that this happened in the course of their life? Because they could do a lot of that with Mary Jane Skywalker, because the Hands of the Empire, I don't know if it's because I haven't been reading the right books, but the Hands of the Empire have been pretty much, like, I don't think they were used. They were basically assassins for the Emperor. You don't really find out much about their missions. So if they were to bring a hand in, that would be kind of cool. Maybe have them try and assassinate the rebels. So it would be an interesting angle for them to do. Anyway, guys, I'm going to stop boring you now. I'm going to leave this here. Hope you guys enjoyed.